Top of the morning to you. Old Celtic Farmer here on this beautiful St. Patrick's Day weekend. I'm sipping my Irish tea. I've got potatoes, bacon in the oven, and I'm streaming live. How much better can it get? We're trying a new concept here that's I've never really seen on the internet before, is a live stream of farming. We're going to be covering all sorts of topics and recipes, diets, probably be doing a little bit of Tai Chi. We're going to be just sharing everything. The reason why I decided to do this is there was a co-worker I used to work with. We live here in Florida and get a lot of storms and a lot of things that head our way, and we were asking him one day what he would do in case of a disaster. Well, I'll go out in my backyard. I looked over at him, looked at another co-worker friend of mine, and I said, what do you got in your backyard? Well, I got squirrels. I kind of smiled and I said, how many squirrels you got? I said, you know, you got that many squirrels to feed you day after day after day? So we started talking about different things, and I realized that in case of disasters, people need to be able to actually rely upon their backyard. You never know. Sure, you can, I can. You can prep, you can put things away. But if you don't know what's growing in your backyard, it comes down to a matter of life and death. Let's pray to the Lord that that never happens, but you never can be too careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a live stream, and I'm going to cover different things in the backyard that you can do, that you can rely, that you can feed your family in case of a crisis. Some things that you can do is just have a garden, but remember, those that have a garden, that only lasts from about April to like about October, and then after that everything starts getting ready for winter. You need to be able to feed your family year-round. Here, Old Celtic Farmer, I can show you how to do that. I've been doing this for years. I've been in 49 of the 50 states. The only one I've got left is Hawaii. I know a lot of people in all these states. I've learned a whole lot of different techniques, from hugelkultur, straw bale planting, all the way up to aquaponics, rain gutter systems, raised beds, every type of trick in the book. And I can show you all of that here. I've got an aquaponics setup that I have not added water to that aquaponics setup in over 12 years. Fish are still doing fine. Actually, my fish are big enough to eat if I want to. We've got bluegill and cat, koi. No, we don't eat the koi, but they do still provide the nutrients that the plants need. And basically, what I wanted to do is I'd like to get a live stream community together, to where when I go and we live stream, I can look at the chat. You guys could ask questions in real time, and I will answer those questions, or I will find out the answers to those questions. You and I together will talk about a project that will start maybe a couple of weeks from now, and that way we can get all the materials that we need together. We'll go down and we'll get those projects, the materials that we need, and then we'll start that project. And then over the next couple of weeks or couple of months, we'll be able to show real time of what those projects turn into, things that we learned. Everybody has got something to share. Everybody has something to offer. It's a underground per se of gardening community, of live streaming. It's never been done on the internet, not that I've seen, not when it comes to live stream. I've seen wonderful YouTubers out there that you know, they put on a fine program and they show all sorts of stuff, but you never can really ask them the questions. You can never really ask them how they did that, or what did they do, or you never see any follow-ups on it. Well, with live streaming here, we'll be able to answer those questions. I can sit here and I can watch the questions that come through on the viewers. We can answer those questions, or we can find the answers. once the viewers start getting going and they start growing, then if I don't know the answer, that a viewer might be able to know the answer and might be able to answer that question that you need. This whole setup, it was basically based on my wife and my website called Cherus. That's C-H-E-R-R-U-S. That's Cherus, C-H-E-R-R-U-S.com, which stands for Christ has everything ready regarding us sinners. We live by that. We live by humbleness, and we live by caring and sharing. We live by barter. We live by trade. We will share things about why gold is not the best thing to have, that there are other things in case of a crisis, that gold will not serve you as well as you would have hoped. I had a man that he bought a lot of gold, and when I explained to him why I didn't have gold, he got rid of his gold, and he told me, he says, "Farmer," he says, "you're right." He says, "You're right." He says, "I realized that when you try to buy a loaf of bread from somebody, or you bought her a loaf of bread, you can't really break up a piece of gold to give it to them, that there's far other things better than gold." I'm going to show you all sorts of things that will grow in your backyard, give you tips of apps and websites that you can go and identify those plants. I am not a doctor, and I want to make that clear, but I can show you things and let you go and do your own research, and that if these plants that match up on your apps, that they match up on mine, are what they are, then you can get a whole lot of stuff basically from your own backyard that a lot of, I would say, in a fictional world, a lot of people don't want you to eat. They want you to kill it, because if you kill it and you don't have it in your backyard to eat it, then you are relying upon their drugs and their pharmaceuticals and their things to keep them rich. I am far from rich. I'm just a humble old farmer, and this is a live stream. I will from time to time let you know when I'll be doing it again. I'm looking at maybe doing it once a week, and hopefully we get more and more people to join. Like I said, I've never seen a live stream on this before doing this, and you know, I'm excited, you know, that I can share what I have learned and maybe learn other things from other people, and that we'll have giveaways. We're going to be teaching a lot of things. We're going to be covering a lot of consumer items that we have purchased to give you a fair look at things that we have purchased, on how they've lasted, whether or not they were worth our hard-earned money. And from time to time, maybe we hope that you will share pictures of what you have, or tell us what you've got, to whether or not it was worth it, you know, whether it's actually worth it buying it or not. But one of the things, I'm just going to pan here a little bit. I'm not really going to go back into the yard there itself and start giving you a closer look at this time. I do apologize. My Wi-Fi signal is somewhat limited, so I am somewhat chained to the spot that I'm at right now. But that's all going to change here. We're going to get ourselves a Wi-Fi booster, and I'm going to boost the Wi-Fi signal to the whole backyard. But as you can see here, we have peaches and plums and apples, figs, bananas, blackberries, blueberries, garlic. We have grapes. We have ruby red grapefruit. We have papayas. We have loquats. We have a lot of things, like, you know, that grow during the winter that we can harvest. You know, I've already done some websites, or I've already done some videos on the chickweed and the henbit. I've had a lot of people give me a ribbon about that. They kind of say, "Paul, you know, what are you doing, farmer? What are you doing? You know, you eating weeds back there?" And you know, so but you know, I think this is something that we can all share, and we can we are located in the Pensacola area, and so a lot of people tuning in around here in the Escambia County and and in Santa Rosa County and Okaloosa County and over there in Mobile, Alabama. We are all right here together. We can do a lot of trading. For all the rest of you out there, we can trade seeds, stories, soap, everything from laundry detergent to shampoos, honey. There's a lot of things that we could trade and talk about, all on farming and backyard urban gardens, low imprint farming. That's what I do. Is I do a 7-layer canopy to where I have the big trees that protect the medium trees, that protect the bushes, that protect the ground cover and root ground cover. We do a chop and drop system. We take everything that we have growing in here in our backyard and we reuse it. Our trash that we throw away is very limited. Everything from, we keep our milk jugs, we keep our pop bottles, our containers and everything, we reuse them. We compost. We have worm bins. We have bees. We have goats. We have chickens, and we got rabbits coming in. I've already raised pigs before in Arizona. I've had a beautiful garden in Tennessee. I've had one there in Virginia, South Carolina. I've been in Georgia. I've had one. These are all permaculture gardens. I spent about 12 years in Alaska. Even had a beautiful garden up there in Alaska. And actually, we actually would barbecue our turkeys out there in the snow out of Alaska. Got a lot of stories from Alaska. Shout out to all the people there in Anchorage that know me, as well as Durango, Colorado, and Monroe, Louisiana. You know, there in Tennessee was Murfreesboro, and I miss all those Murfreesboro people. They're a fine group of people. So if you have any questions coming up, just leave us a like or subscribe to the channel. Send me some email. Give me a list of topics that you'd like to talk about. We'll go from there. You all have a blessed day. And I'm going to end this by saying that we thank you for the bountiful food that you have given us and for keeping the health of our family, for watching